So one of the things that I really learned and got out of this workshop myself as a participant is a better understanding of the kind of constraints that journalists face in the region in covering environmental issues.
I think it's a very good opportunity to break down again what REDD means, because I've been writing about REDD for the past 2 years, and there are a lot of good tips for myself, because I've found some new leads, some new angles on the workshop, mostly about what does Indonesia wanted to gain from REDD, and it's not all about the money, but hopefully I can write about the local people's stories, what they think about REDD, and also about the indigenous people, because it is Indonesia has the largest indigenous people population. We have like 20 million, and then but their rights are not secured yet and not acknowledged by the government. So that would be a very good stepping stone to go into and writing about REDD.
I hope I can go back to my hometown and write a long story about the REDD and raise awareness of my Malaysian people. I think it is a totally brand new concept for Chinese people, and it is difficult to explore the relationship between the people who live in the forest and the REDD mechanism. So I want to know more rules and the details of the REDD and tell the stories to Chinese readers.
We are in poor country. We have to do more about story to make the poor people know what is the most important or REDD among their daily life in the present time and also in the future.
For the land in Laos, we don't know much about land, but for officials who respond for the land, they know well about this. And media also don't know. Media even in my office, only me who know, and one of my colleagues know about it, but not much to understand one of the late mean. And for me, I want to cover the late, but it will be imbalanced because only that official, he's from the Department of Forestry. He's the director of the department. It's only him to give you information. So you can get, if you go over, you can get the information only from him. But I cannot ask more information from another official or another people because it's still new in Laos.
But back at home, there's no discussion on what REDD is or what benefits will come from REDD. This workshop has it's given me a lot of information, and it's given me a lot of background information. Now I'm equipped to go back and to talk to my government to tell them, why are we not discussing this with people in the village? They need to know, they need to be involved in the process, because at the end of the day, the benefits from REDD, I found out from this workshop. We'll have to go back to the people who own, like in this case, we own the land, we own the trees, not the government. I think it's a really good workshop, and I'm well equipped to go back and do stories on it.
And the most exciting thing I find from this workshop is that this is the first time I realized that China is a very big role in this forest production supply chain in the world. And before that, I thought REDD is more like the issue of like tropical countries. But now China is a big role in the forestry production, and it can be a better role to protect the forest to work in REDD. So I think I'm going to do more reports on the China side.
No, the workshop is okay, it's good, especially to be organized in this kind of room, but however, we need especially a reality, what kind of the REDD program already been applied by the member by the member country, in this case Thailand, Indonesia, and also Cambodia, and so on. I think I hope this kind of workshop could be held especially in other countries, not also in Thailand. So we know especially how the scale of the government's attention toward RED programs. In a sense that whether the government concerned is obeying especially the program or not, or this is exactly necessary for us to know.
So the other thing I was saying as an example of what I think one of the sort of successes of these last 2 days is, we brought a group of journalists here to discuss RED Plus and forest management, forest governance issues, and to try to think about how they could tell that story in their country in a way that appeals to their audience. And so an example of this is some of the journalists who came from China, because China is in a very forested country, had difficulties in the past thinking about how to tell that story, and realizing China's enormous role in the global timber trade and how that has impacts on the forest in other countries has helped them to think about a way that they can tell the story of RED and forest management that might appeal to a Chinese audience.